Welcome to Back to School Night. This is the presentation for physics, and I am Ms. Pena. I teach both STEAM classes and physics here at Cathedral, and prior to teaching at Cathedral, I have over 20 years of engineering experience. I worked at Hewlett-Packard and then a research and development company, and then I have over 20 years, and then I started an engineering consulting company, and I did a lot of product design and structural analysis. So physics in my estimation is a lot of fun. It's learning about the world around us and how it works. I have a certain approach that I like to take in physics. I think students learn best if they learn from in a bunch of different ways. So they typically read the chapter, they listen to a lecture, and I want them to experience the physics, not just read and write and listen, but to experience it. So I try to do a lot of hands-on activities as much as time allows, and then practice. In order for it to commit to memory, we need lots of practice. So math is definitely a big component of physics. Physics is applied mathematics, and I've noticed throughout the years that I've been teaching that students, not every student, but a large portion of the students do not have a sufficient math background and it kind of holds them back in physics. So I'm going to be doing some simple math skills to practice that, to reinforce those good math skills. So those of you who have really mathy students, they might find that small little section boring, but the rest of them, hopefully it'll prove to be fruitful. Critical thinking. So in my class, I strive for higher order thinking, not just recall. So I want students to not just learn a concept and like memorize equations and put them down on paper, but I want them to understand the true meaning, like why is that important? How does that apply to the world around us? And be able to apply it in different ways. A lot of students have a hard time with that. They might learn a particular problem, and then if it's applied in a different way, they want it to be applied in the same way. So we're going to be working on that. Part of that is I will have the students be teaching lessons, like videotaping. After they've learned a concept, they'll have to teach it. And so if you're interested in watching your child's videos on that, that will be coming. So just so you know. Community, I also am hoping to build community through group discussions and whatnot. I think that the math, the critical thinking, and the community are three of the perhaps most important aspects of physics, this class. The grade breakdown, there's going to be 20% of independent work, classwork, 20% is going into quizzes and projects, 35% is cumulative assessments and the final, and 25% is labs. My classroom policies for independent work, that's to be done. Every student should have a notebook. They'll be taking lecture notes in there as well as doing homework assignments in there. For homework assignments, I'm going to have those online submissions due by 11:59 the day after assignments. So if something was assigned on Monday, Tuesday basically at midnight, the assignment is due. That way, hopefully students aren't going to be staying up all night doing their homework. So I don't assign a lot of independent work. A lot of it can be done if class time is used wisely. A lot of it can be done in class, although they will need to do some work at home to reinforce good practices and commit it to memory. Labs are going to be done on paper and turned in paper. Assessments are projects, tests, and quizzes. So both quizzes and tests, sometimes it'll be a test or a quiz, and sometimes it'll be a project that is assessing their learning skills. Absences. If you have an excused absence, student has 3 days to make up work. The student is responsible for reaching out to me when they're absent and letting me know that they need to know what they need to turn in and whatnot. I do accept late work. If there's late work that's turned in, it needs to be turned in by the end of the unit. So as long as it's turned in by the end of the unit, they can receive 70% credit for any late work. So that's it for our presentation. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I love talking to parents as well as students. My email is spena@cathedralcatholic.org. Have a wonderful day or evening.